Hello again everybody, it's me, Madame Macabre, and it's been a while since I did one of my little journal entries, so the holidays kind of got things off track a little bit, but I am ready to get back on track with these again, and I'm actually going to start off with a little announcement for something I would like to do in the future. See, I've been doing a lot of creepypastas, which are great. I love creepypastas. They are wonderful stories from the internet to read, but I'd also like to sort of branch out into true horror. I've done that a little bit, but I've found there's just too much of a gray area with risk as far as reading from places like Reddit and other places where people have posted experiences. I've heard of other YouTubers getting into trouble with copyright and all that for doing narrations. So I figured the best way to bypass running into issues like that with true stories is to go ahead and open up a submission for your guys' stories. Do you have any true scary things that have happened to you? Any creepy ghost or paranormal or just plain spooky with real people experiences and stories that you would like to share? If you would like me to look over them and possibly read them on my channel, you can go ahead and email them to madamemacabreofficial@outlook.com. I've got that right here. You can go ahead and email those stories to me and I'll read them over, and I will start compiling things into true scary stories I can read. And of course I will credit whoever sent in the story to me, as to be expected. And that's just about it for the announcement before we get started. Just thought I'd share that since it's something I wanted to start doing. I will even share my own personal scary stories. I shared a little bit in one of my story time videos, but those were the more lighthearted ones. I have some more genuinely terrifying ones that I have yet to share with you guys, and I'll go ahead and share that once you guys sharing yours with me. It'll be great. Like sharing stories around a campfire. Okay, so on to the more journaly aspects. It's, as I mentioned, it's been holiday season, so it's been very hectic here. I haven't been able to get as many videos out as I'm used to pushing because of the holidays, but I hope to be able to, for the new year, come out strong. See, my niece, she is 2 years old, right in the midst of the terrible twos, the toddler age. She's mostly very good, but she has gotten good at throwing a 2-year-old tantrum. And we took her to see Santa on this thing called the Santa train, which is, there's an actual old-fashioned train that runs on a track. It's about an hour-long ride, and through the course of the ride, you sit and you have snacks and cocoa, and then you take your turn and you go get to see Santa and sit on his lap. And, well, put her on Santa's lap, and the second she went down, she just started screaming. And I couldn't help but kind of laugh because it was making me think of, I don't know if you've seen the, A Christmas Story, where the Santa is like, ho, 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 and the kids just, like scream, and he just shoves him down the slide. I just was reenacting that in my head. She did get better though, because my sister was practicing taking her to more and more Santas and just slowly getting her used to the idea. That way we had another Santa come actually to her house and bring a present, and she was able to sit on his lap and smile and be all cute. My sister also had a friend over with their toddler son, and cue the ho 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 screaming child. He was not a happy little baby. He was shrieking, and once again, I was seeing that scene in my mind. I'm like, don't laugh in front of them. So that was our experience with Santa Claus this year with the toddlers. So that was very interesting. I tell you what, I love my niece and I love spending time with her, but I see all the work that goes into it, and oh my goodness, am I glad that I do not have children of my own, because that is a lot of work and a lot of gross stuff you have to do. The next thing I'll move on to is that we have, for the new year, our plans for what I'm going to be trying to do with this channel. I have kind of set some goals for myself. I got, actually, over the holidays, I actually got some new equipment that I can use for my channel, like a new camera and all that. So I'm hoping over the course of the new year to be able to expand out to not only the same content that I've been doing, but also to give you guys some more theatrical elements. I'd like to try doing some more scripted, actually planned out higher quality content is what I'd like to try dipping into, and trying my hand at that and seeing how you guys like it. I also have a lot of new songs planned for the new year. You guys were very, very helpful in my call to action to give me possible song themes for the new year. Thank you so much for all the ideas. I was able to get a gold mine of ideas, and I'll go ahead and say this right here and now that I have already selected the next theme that I'm working on, and I'm well on my way to working on the song. I just finished the instrumental and now I'm writing lyrics and the song. But the theme for this next song, the first one of the new year, as spoken by the people in the comments, I've seen a lot of people suggest this one. We are going to be doing Tiki Toby. So if you asked for that, congratulations, you're getting your wish for the new year. And I've already got 3 or 4 other songs waiting to happen, so there's a lot more to come after that, believe me. So that's what I have set in stone right now. There's still a lot of stuff that's under development, new things I'm going to try and branch out to. I'm going to try collaborating with some new people, and some people I've collaborated with before, and I just hope that this year is going to be a very exciting one with lots of great new content for you guys. I'm just trying to branch out and produce more and more as I get the capability to do so. The last thing I will touch on before the end of this video is, since back to the whole journal, this has become kind of a journal / updates for the new year video, but the next actual journal-like aspect I guess I'm going to go into is I have some travel plans already set for the new year, at least out to April. So in January, I believe it's the weekend of the 15th. In January, I'm going to be going down to Portland, Oregon for NewCon. So if you are going to be there, you can catch me there. I'm going to be there with Mr. Creepypasta. So that should be a ton of fun. So if you're in that area and you want to see us, give a shout out, hey. And then after January, in February, again, pretty much all of these are going to be in the Pacific Northwest area. So I would like to expand outside of the Pacific Northwest. It's just going to take a little bit more time to be able to travel out farther. But again, up in Washington State, in Everett, in February, I'm going to be going to see a steam-powered giraffe once again, like I did last year. So if you are in the Washington, Oregon area, and you would like to meet up and hang out with me and watch those silly robots sing, I'm going to be going there in February for the show. I think it is Saturday the 25th. I need to check. But yeah, so it'll be loads of fun. I'll probably be in my robot costume. So if you catch me there before or after the show, we can hang out. And that's the plan for February. For March, the very last weekend of March, it's Easter weekend again in Washington, this time in Seattle. I'm going to be going to SakuraCon 2016. I'm going to be there from day 0 the entire way through. I haven't quite picked my entire cosplay lineup yet, but I know for sure that I'm probably going to be doing my robot again at least one of the days, and I will be doing Papyrus at least one day, probably Saturday, the big day, because it's my new one, and I've been working on a suit of armor for it. So you can expect to see me there, and if you follow me on Twitter or whatever, somewhere else, you can, if you're gonna be there, you can try and give me a shout out so I know to keep an eye out for you. Finally, in April, on the second week, I believe the 10th, I am going to be going with a friend down to Disneyland. So if you're in the California area this time, yeah, not in Washington, if you're in California and you are planning on going to the parks at that time or being around that area, you may run into us there as well. So it's going to be a busy, busy year all the way out to April, and I'm going to continue to try and pack in more stuff that I can do and have the opportunity to meet more people. Because I really do love having the opportunity to meet you guys in person. It's lovely getting to read your letters, and it's great, but it's even better when I get to meet you guys in person. Okay, well that really is all I have for this time, so I will catch up with you all again next time. That's all for now. Bye-bye!